Coming up this weekend, the D1A final. Finally, we're here. Boy, what a great season it's been. Teams, 8, 9 maybe teams that are challenging. The people thought, oh, maybe they could do it this year. In the end, Navy comes back for a second final in a row. St. Mary's comes back for their second final in 3 years. I just want to look at a couple of moments in the semifinals that got them there. Let's have a look at Navy, first of all. Lovely start. I was there, really enjoyed it, and you got to love the parachuting in. 3 parachutists coming in to kick off the game, landing dead center in the field. Love it. It's not always about scoring. Let's talk about not scoring. Life University down 7-0. Has a chance to score a try. A lovely kick from Jerron Pantor that's almost a 50-22. In the end, it just gets kept in, but a little bit of fumbling around on the sideline. There's a penalty to Life. They're able to attack from there, take the line out, bash at the line, bam, bam, they're going. And this is where you get to see Navy's just exceptional goal line defense. So what got them there? What got them their championship last year? Goal line defense. How did they win that final against Cal last year? Cal's going, you knew they were going to score that game-winning try. You knew it was going to happen, and then they didn't because of Navy's defense and a fantastic turnover-causing tackle from Lewis Gray, Schultz Award winner. And that's what happens here. The defense from Navy, they just don't give up. They just don't. And when I talk about giving up, I don't mean that somebody sends in and goes, that's it, I'm done. But there are these little voices inside your head that say you're tired or you just hit 3 guys in a row. Do you have to do the next one? That little moment of hesitation where you should immediately launch and go and make the tackle, but you sort of go like that, right? That's it. That little hesitation, that can be enough for a good player to get through and score. Those sorts of things do happen. Don't seem to happen with the Navy team. So what do? They cause a turnover. And Navy gets out of it. Yes, eventually Life scores. That's true. And almost at the end of the first half, it's 10-10. But I will tell you that moment where Life didn't score immediately and they spent a lot of time inside the Navy 22 and they didn't come away with anything. Eventually they come away with 3 points. And yes, they do get a try later. I think that hurt them. I think that definitely hurt them. And then you see just before halftime, Ben Haw pick up and go when everyone's worrying about getting in their line defense. I mean, I'm fascinated by this because, again, the other team gets inside your head. They can say it doesn't, but it does. And you see a team play brilliant goal line defense. You say, well, we're going to play brilliant goal line defense. We are going to get ready and we're going to spread out and have our line speed, we're going to launch, all those things. Well, guess what? They didn't monitor that tiny little sliver right around the right. Haw picks it up, just goes over. So you get inside their head and have them worry about spreading, getting ready, and like covering their channels. And whoa, what about this one right here around the right? So fantastic play. Anyway, that was a change. And then, of course, the obvious one. Once again, Life University is attacking. They're running their plays. They're looking like they can do something. It's a dangerous moment for Navy, for sure. Ball hits the ground, and Aiden Gerber, the flanker, goes running through. And I have to, right, our Archbishop Spalding product, great coaching for him from there, but also at Navy. American rugby players tend to want to pick the ball up immediately. And when it's on the floor, especially on the floor and there are not a lot of people around, put boot to it. And that's exactly what Gerber did. Puts boot to it. It rolls through, it bounces up. And here's where I thought he was going to try and grab it again. And I wasn't a favor of that. And neither was Aiden Gerber. And he instead jumps up and toes it ahead. Again, fantastic move. So smart. Good rugby IQ. All of those things. Ball rolls down. Picked up. Tackle by Gerber. The ball spills loose. And here's where such a fantastic hustle play from Ian Bullock, who runs in, the front rower, picks it up, and goes over the line. This is a 14-point turnaround for Navy. It is a huge, huge play. That's the play that gets them into the final. Do they hold on and play some more goal line defense? Yes, they do. And in fact, the other thing that is crucial for Navy is that they do give up another try. And just like in the first half, they make live take spend an awful lot of time trying to get it over. That's going to be what needs to work because the team they're playing scores tries very quickly and in bunches. So it's a bit of a different story with St. Mary's and BYU. Here we have, first of all, BYU with the ball, kind of an innocuous possession here. They're not really going forward anywhere, nothing much going on. Schultz Award winner just announced, Wyatt Parry, the fly-half. He shows you exactly why he is. He sees a gap. He makes a fend. He does a sidestep. He moves forward. He plays decisively. He's tackled immediately, pops the ball up. The ball keeps going, taken down to within 5 meters. About a 40-meter turnaround for BYU. They're right on the line, and their forwards are able to consolidate from there and score. What that does is it ties the game at 17-17. It's a big move for BYU, and you can see immediately why Wyatt Parry got some award love because was a fantastic play right there, out of nothing, all by himself. So what happens then? Well, St. Mary's now has to kick off, and they have to turn that around. Remember, when in 15s, you get scored on, you kick off because it's always been considered an advantage to get that territorial advantage. Well, that's what happens here. So what they do is they send a normal chase, but they send Dom Bisag to go in as hard as possible. Big tackle, no one there. And notice that BYU's forwards are not really working all that hard to get behind the ball and win a ruck. They're just standing there a little bit, just slowly moving. You got to collapse in and move around. Well, collapsing in and driving forward, the St. Mary's forwards, they win that ball very quickly. They get that. When they're able to go forward, they eventually get a penalty and they opt for the scrum. Why do they opt for the scrum? Well, of course, now you've got 8 forwards collapsing plus the scrum half stuck there in one spot. St. Mary's loves their open field chances, and that's exactly what happens. You get a long pass. It kind of so long it bounces, but it bounces true for Eric Storty through try St. Mary's. Now they're ahead. Now they're ahead 24-17. Now they're receiving the kickoff. And here's where St. Mary's ability to score tries and bunches makes a big deal. Again, we've got a mismatch. And that's one of the key things is to be able to do a mismatch. As St. Mary's attacks, Storty has the ball, and he's got a forward in front of him, and he just does a little side stuff. Forward, tangled up in his feet, bam, through. Storty through. And because they do this all the time, the Gaels have people with them. Pass out. I think that's Bisag taking the link, and what he does, so simple, so direct, and you just don't see it enough. He knows there's a 2-on-1 now. He sees it's 2-on-1. He can see all the green and one guy. So he just goes straight for that one guy. That one guy cannot do anything but focus on Bisag. Bisag then easily just ball out to Kaipono Koyashi.
And it's worth pointing out that Koyashi had already figured out what was going to happen and had completely changed his line to go from behind Storty to outside Bisag to take that pass. Great work from him too.
And he is in for a try. So moments later, suddenly from 17-17, within a couple of minutes, it's now 29-17. And yes, BYU does come back and they do score. And guess what St. Mary's does? They score twice right after that. Their ability to score quickly and in bunches and to score from long range is what got them to the final. So here you have a team in Navy that, first of all, will not let you just bash it over the line. They will defend until the end. And you have a team that can score from anywhere. Two completely different approaches. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to be lucky enough to be on the broadcast team for that. And we'll see which one wins.